So Stella Sora is launching in about 40 hours from the day of this video, and I want to let you guys know that I'll be trying out the game on the global launch because I'm pretty interested in the chill ARPG top-down gameplay with some roguelike element in it. And this is going to be the trailer for the game, so if you don't know about the game, then you can check it out a little bit. The art style is going to be very similar to Blue Archive, so a lot of people are going to have some thoughts about the people who enjoy this kind of game in a certain way. I know, all right? The art style scream certain demographic. I don't really care, okay? I like the gameplay and the art style looks clean. I'm going to give it a try. If it's not really good, then it's not really good. Pretty much it, right? But this is gonna be the art style of the game. The gameplay is gonna be action based, so hack and slash, and you control your character, you walk around a different kind of map and you challenge yourself against different bosses. And this is the trailer, but the gameplay is going to be a little bit different because the trailer is going to be very polished. The animation looks really clean. However, the gameplay is actually not very far from the trailer, depending on what your definition is, right? Okay, so this is going to be the typical gameplay view. You look down to your character and you control the main character to go around and use your attack skill. However, this is going to be the beginner stage, so you don't see any more squad member. But if you go to the later stage of the game, you are going to travel with one main character and you're going to have two other support characters, as you can see right there. So for the main character, you're going to have like your auto attack, your special skill, your support skill, and all that good stuff. But for the two support character that you are traveling with, then you are only using their support skills. So this is the kind of game where you main one character, and that is pretty much it. You will use that main character because you prefer the playstyle, because you use the element to counter the bosses, or for whatever reason, okay? Whatever reason you main one character because your waifu, I don't really care, but this is the kind of game where you main one character and the other two is going to be the support character. So there'll be like best in slot support, that kind of thing, but that is going to be the gameplay. For this game, when you defeat a certain stage, the next stage you will get a buff, so your team gets stronger and stronger over time. And that's gonna be like the main gameplay of the game. But there'll be more game mode that I'll be talking about over here, where you will be challenging different bosses and different kind of game mode required to build different kind of team, all that good stuff. And right now, I'll leave a link down below. There's gonna be like a beginner guide document that is available on the main Discord server of Stella Sora. That's gonna tell you guys how to download the PC client, which is very good. And we also have a bit of information about the early meta of the game. So as you can see here, the game features an elemental system. You can see that we have fire, water, wind, earth. I think this is gonna be like light and dark, that kind of thing, you know, the elemental system. And the boss will have elemental weakness, so it is going to be rather important to build your team that can cover the elemental weakness of the boss. And I think it's going to be very important as well to build your team mono element style, so that you can get different kind of buff and you can complement each other with your support skill and all that good stuff. And we can also talk about the gacha of the game. So for the gacha of the game, there's going to be the beginner banner right here that you guys are going to get your first 5-star. Very standard gacha system that you see in so many other gacha games. Nothing too crazy about that right here, but unfortunately the pity is at 160. We can't really say whether this gacha pity is going to be high or low because we don't know the income of the game in the first 1 or 2 months just yet. But we do know that it's going to feature the good old 50-50, and I don't like that. I'll be honest, it sucks, but that's how they make money nowadays. And if we don't have it, it's gonna be great. But unfortunately, because it is the industry standard, so pretty much every new gacha game nowadays will try to go for the 50-50 to make the most money possible. But the good thing is, for the banner character, the first banner is going to be this character right here. Every single anime game is going to have that long black hair schoolgirl with a sword, works all the time. But this time it's purple and not red. Pretty much it, right? For the banner character, in the first 120 recruitment, you will get one of the banner character as a bonus. So when you hit 120, it doesn't mean that the banner character is going to show up in the 10 pool, but you can claim it as a bonus. So you can hit the banner character at 120 in the summoning result and still claim an extra copy of her. And I'm pretty sure for every PvE game, the dupe system is going to make your character so much better. So the first banner character is this one, and a lot of people are already very excited for this character. However, in this game, it is not just the banner. We also have the weapon banner for the game. They call it the disc. So this is going to be the whale territory of the game, where not only you have to hit pity, spend money to hit pity on the feature character, you also have to spend money to hit the pity on the weapon banner. And that's gonna suck for sure. So if you are a whale, then you can visit the weapon banner. But if you are not, or you're a low spender just like me, or you're free to play, then you can just maybe forget about the weapon banner altogether. Just try to collect characters and have fun with the game. Unless you are super try hard, you figure out the meta and you need to get the weapon, then you visit the weapon banner. And that is the gist of the summoning system. Not exactly exciting, not exactly very free to play friendly in a way, but it is what it is. But Sean, what is going to be the tier list for the launch? So this is based on the Chinese beta, and in that we have tier 0 for all character in the Earth element. So this team was crushing the content in the beta. However, this is the kind of game that I strongly believe you can start the game with whatever you want. If your character is not meta, it's going to be a bit harder to kill it content, but maybe that will make your gaming experience a bit more fun. But then this is pre-launch tier list. This information will be updated and changed throughout the first week very rapidly, and by the first month, maybe this list right here is totally not correct. So don't think too much about it. Just play the game, play what you have, and enjoy it the way it is. Because I think for every PvE gacha game, it should be made in a way that you can enjoy with any character that you pull. For a PvE game, then maybe in the future they release new bosses that is catered toward the new release character to sell you the character, then it makes more sense. But for these kind of game, it should be made for you to enjoy no matter what the fuck you pull. And I think that is very important. If you can't clear content because you did not get the tier 0 character, then the game truly sucks ass. And these are the gameplay that you guys will be getting in the game official release. So we have the main story right here, that if you are a story enjoyer, then you can go through that, read every single thing and all that good stuff. I will probably skip that and maybe reread, but there are only 2 chapters, so maybe I will read, because I mean, it's a PvE game. If you skip everything, then there's really nothing much to do, right? There's going to be a Menace Arena, but it's not really the arena like PvP that you would think. It's not a PvP mode. It is still going to be a PvE mode where you can farm for resources. There's also going to be boss blitz. So this is the soft PvP mode where there's going to be a leaderboard. Based on your ranking, you can earn rewards according to whatever your ranking is, right? I hope that, because I play a game called PGR, Punishing Grey Raven. In there, there's also boss mode that have ranking. You can see your name in the top ranking. But then if you hit a certain threshold, you will get the maximum reward. And then anything after that is pretty much ego boosting ranking kind of thing. It is not super important. And then there might be like side story, that kind of stuff. So that's going to be the launch content. I think there'll be more content released in the future soon as well. And we also have the starter gift. We have the beginner guides. We have the battle pass, that kind of thing, all that kind of stuff that you have seen in every other gacha game before. We have the early banner, and that is pretty much it for Stella Sora. I think it's gonna be like a chill side game, because I'm currently playing 2 very hardcore turn-based RPG that require a whole lot of attention and brain power. So I definitely need a side chill game that I can maybe turn off my brain and play a little bit and see how it goes. So if you enjoy the game and you play the game on global launch with me, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.